Hey, how you guys doing today? I'm hoping well. Mercury retrograde's almost over, so thank God for that. I know it's been rough for some people. Some people have even lost people they cared about, so my condolences. And if your life is up in chaos right now, understand it is going to get better, okay? But Spirit's requesting that you rest right now so that you don't burn yourself out. You know, if you're an overworker, which is probably the person I'm speaking to right now, you got to slow it down a little bit, okay? And honor the time for rest, like real sleep and quiet time and meditation and everything to get your body aligned again, okay? Because your work can flow from a more relaxed state of mind. But if you're constantly going, you're not going to notice that you have blockages, okay, because you're so preoccupied. So take a time out, step back, and allow that to happen. And also release your attachment. Whatever you have going on, if it is work related, release the attachment to the outcome of it, okay? Enjoy the process and understand that your intention is, okay, this is going to be successful. Leave it at that and enjoy the process, because that's going to provide more good energy into what it is that you have going on or what you're trying to create. Okay, your passage forward right now is being blocked by strong attachments to old patterns. So if you are holding on to old relationships that are not beneficial to you, allow those to pass away, okay? Allow those to go where they need to go. And if you're holding on to physical addictions, I know it's hard and we struggle with it, but seek help, okay? Go to meetings, go to counseling, go to therapy, speak to a friend, do something that's going to help you get out of that addictive personality, the addictiveness of whether it's sex, overworking, drugs, alcohol, the list goes on, whatever you find a hard time separating from. So any emotional patterns, old relationships, you have to allow those to dissolve so that you can move forward in your life. If you keep holding on to the old emotional wounds and old relationships that you know are toxic for your life, you're not going to get to where you need to be. You're not going to make the progress you need to make, because the universe is taking it as you haven't learned your lesson, so we're going to recycle this and keep recycling it. Even if it's through different people, it's going to keep recycling itself. So you have to release those patterns, okay? Because the difficult energy is going to continue to present itself, okay? You have to be willing to separate from all of these things and really break those patterns, because that's where it's keeping you all tied up and bound, okay? Be available to what comes your way when it comes. So even if in your mind you're not ready for the relationship, if it's being presented to you, take it. If you're not ready to be in a management position, take it. It's being presented to you for a reason, okay? Don't doubt yourself or what you have to offer, or what you can bring to the table. So be ready. Just be ready, because I know a lot of times people are like, oh, well, I'm not ready for this and I'm not ready for that. And all these things need to be in order before I can have a relationship, or all this needs to happen before I can make that move. And sometimes you just have to take the fucking leap of faith and see what happens, because while you're sitting here in your mind trying to create how this needs to happen and that needs to happen, you're basically shutting the door on your opportunities, on your blessings, on things that are going to help you create the things that you want to create in your life, because in your mind, you're not ready. If it's being presented to you, you're ready. Spirit is saying you're ready. So open the door, allow it to come, and accept it when it comes, okay? Don't worry if you fail. We all fail. Get up, dust yourself off, and try again. You have to be resilient. Be like a kid. They don't fucking stop trying. They just keep going. They're like, oh, this happened. And they do the same stupid shit again the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So don't be afraid of falling, because you always have the opportunity to start again, okay? You can only be present without desire to achieve money or power, prestige, even enlightenment, because it's a desire. So when you release the desire is when you're fully present, okay? Because all of those things are thoughts of the future. So try to stay in the present and try not to have the desire. The desire is what fucks us up, okay? So let yourself settle and remember, you are just a witness to what's happening. So instead of getting emotionally tied to everything that's occurring, step back. Allow yourself to just see what's happening. See it the way you would watch a movie, or if you would go watch a play and you see all of the characters playing their part. You know, they all have their roles. Even you have your role. But you take it more personally because it is you, instead of just taking it as the weather. It's something that's occurring. So allow it to pass through, allow it to happen, and then continue forward. But don't stay stuck in it, okay? Now, you are the magician of your life, okay? So you choose to create what you want to create. And I'm just here to help you with the messages that you don't see from spirit, or that you are ignoring. And they just like tell me, hey, deliver this. So that's what happens. So please understand that you are now, at this very moment in time, are able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. So if you're going through a bunch of shit right now, you can turn it into whatever the fuck it is you want, because your path is being cleared. Whatever is no longer serving you has been cleared away, or is in the process of being cleared away. Be okay with that. And also be open to what spirit is giving you, because the people that it's presenting to you are necessary in your life. So stop being afraid, and stop pushing people away, and stop being defensive. And if you have a dream, something you've been working on, something you've been building, or a relationship you've been wanting to manifest, understand that you can't have attachments to all of these things, because you start getting in your head and you start thinking negatively and putting negative energy into that, which is going to create more distance between you and what you're trying to achieve. So you have to separate yourself from that. Okay, and understand that when we're longing for something, it's okay. You know, we all want stuff. We all want to have a better life. We want better relationships. We want whatever. But you can't be so caught up in how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, because that's what messes up our minds, because then we start putting all these thoughts into, well, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? And it's not. No, just let it be. Let it happen, okay? Allow it to be the way it is. Now, leadership. This is a time for you to lead and guide others. So I don't know what your dream is or what you're working towards in your life, but this is a time for you to do that and guide others who are less capable than you are, okay? You're being encouraged to have confidence in your abilities. Sorry, looking for my kid. Confidence in your abilities and to motivate and inspire other people, okay? Because not everyone is capable of doing that, but you have that quality. You're a natural leader, okay? So now is the time for you to step up to the plate. A successful leader leads alongside of others. They're not at the forefront leading. They're with you because you're equal, you know, and it allows people to have more trust in you because they know that you do not see them as being less than you are. You see them as your equal, and for that reason, they're willing to follow you. They're willing to follow your guidance. They're willing to follow your advice because you are no better than them, and you don't portray yourself to be better than them. So allow those things to continue, okay? Just be confident in what you're doing. You know, if Spirit gave you gifts, whatever it is that you do, be confident in what you do because you do it well. And Spirit's saying this is a wake-up call. So like I said, if you've been going through a world of shit right now, this is a wake-up call. Events in your life are trying to show you a pattern. A pattern of ancient it's a pattern as ancient as your soul. It's something that's been going on for generations, okay? It's been the journey of your soul, and that's what you have to separate from, okay? So you have to clear away all of these past lives, all of the traumas, the chaos, all of the bullshit from all of these past lives is now. Now is the time for you to clear those away, okay? So Spirit's waking you up to that because you're the chosen one. They chose you to do the work. So now you have to do the work and trust in your abilities to be able to do that and get it done. So don't be afraid of fucking up. Like I said, we all fuck up. Dust yourself off, start over again. And if you find yourself that you are being defensive or you're dealing with people that are very defensive, defensiveness is a sign of weakness. You know, it's a sign of vulnerability. It's a sign of fear. So to communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear them out, okay? Then try to offer a non-defensive response to what they have going on, okay? You have the opportunity right now to participate with others and create something amazing. But if you're acting out of if you're moving from a place of fear and you have your defenses up, it's going to block you from making the necessary connections because you're afraid. Whether it's afraid of being hurt, betrayed, whatever it is, you have to release those old wounds so that you can be open to all of this that's coming, okay? So you have the power to get intuitive information, and now is the time to use it. So if you're able to connect and you can identify what is intuitive information as opposed to what the chatter is in your mind, use it, okay? Be able to discern between the two and put it to use, because that is what you're here for. You're here to help and guide others on their path. I'll count how many major arcanas came out today, because there's a fucking shitload. So the sense of security right now is being challenged, because it's like you get comfortable and you get complacent and it's like, oh, well, I'm good here. So trying to hold on to any and everything that you can is only going to make it worse, and it's going to make the transition harder for you. You have to allow the tower moment to happen, okay? Because if you allow it, you will emerge stronger from this. So try to watch what's happening without being attached to it. Detach yourself as if it was happening to someone else, okay? And when you do that, just understand you have to say yes to the process. You have to meet it halfway. So if your life is blowing up in your face, accept the process. Say, okay, yes, this is happening. I'm watching it happening. There's a reason it's happening. And meet it halfway. You say, okay, well, this is happening and I'm accepting that it's happening. I'm willing to move forward. I'm willing to go wherever you're trying to take me. So let those things occur. All right. So there is once this moment happens, I know for some of you it's already happened or you're going through it right now, but once this is cleared out, it's showing that a lot of money or other personal pleasures are going to be coming to you. And I just find it interesting because I pulled there's very similar cards, but after I talk about them, I'm going to show them just because I think it's interesting. So the choice to stay in what feels secure may be motivated out of habit or fear. And I feel like that's a lot of us, is we just like, I don't know what's on the other side, so I don't think I should take that risk. But you should always take the risk, okay? Especially if you're not happy. So don't allow the wealth to keep you from your path or living your truth. So when you do come into this fortune, whatever type it is, if it's emotional, financial, whatever type of fulfillment, prosperity, whatever blessings that you're coming into right now, well, it is a lot of money for some people. You have the choice, but you have to be motivated to do better and believe that you deserve better, okay? So when you feel you're left out or excluded, it brings up feelings from your childhood, from when you was a little kid and you felt helpless. and, left out, like, oh, well, we don't want to play with you, or we don't like you, or you can't play with us, and, it hurts your feelings, which, at some point, it builds inside of us. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like deeply rooted experiences from our childhood that keep on playing over throughout our lifetime. And as a child, you don't realize it because you're kids. You're not paying attention to any of it or how often it's occurring. So you have to stop tormenting yourself. You have to step out of this. You have to break out of this cycle. Let go of the old pattern, and it will bring you the clarity that you need to see. So if you always feel like you're being left out, or you feel like it's not fair, break that cycle, break that pattern so that you can move out of that and move into something else, okay? And so whenever we feel like this, you have to understand that it's your choice to move forward. Now, I said the cards, I'm going to show them now because I found it interesting. They both have gates. Okay, and they're both, this one, the woman is just standing there like she's waiting for her blessings to come to her when all she has to do is walk out and step into them. And the little boy here, who is, he's sitting there and he's looking because he's trying to get out. He's looking outside as, okay, well, it's right there. It's almost attainable. But he doesn't realize that this is unlocked. All he has to do is push the door open. So you guys need to understand that whatever it is, you're keeping yourself where you're at. No one else, not anything else, only you. So once you move, when you realize this, when you gain this clarity, you have to let go of the old pain, and you're going to gain the clarity. And when you gain that clarity, you're going to realize, I could have done this the whole time. All I had to do was push it open, and everything's going to be right there for you. Okay? So acknowledge the power of your mind and your ability to manifest your desires. That was it. So clarify your wants and needs, whatever it is that you're desiring. When your dreams serve the greater good, Spirit steps in to help you make them happen. Okay? So if it's for the highest good, Spirit's going to help you and guide you through the process. So don't be worried about taking those steps, and understand that as you create, Spirit is there and they're helping everything fall into alignment for you. And aloneness, how you choose to view your aloneness, which I found interesting because loneliness is the absence of another, of someone else, okay? And aloneness is the presence of oneself. So when it's like you choose how you view it. So you could view loneliness, which would be the more negative aspect because you feel like you're lacking because you don't have a partner or someone with you, as opposed to just being alone, which is more positive because you're comfortable in being with yourself and going within and getting whatever answers it is that you need. So understand that it's important for you to be able to distinguish between these two and decide which side you're going to be on and how you're going to allow this to impact your life, okay? Because when you're doing all of these things, it's going to help you, but you really have to be comfortable and understanding that, okay, just because I'm alone doesn't mean I have no one. It's good to be alone. It's good to be able to sit with you instead of being distracted by others, because sometimes that's all people are. They're just a distraction to what we have going on in our lives that we're not ready to face at that time. So decide where you're at, and if you are lonely, appreciate it. Just be like, okay, I'm just alone. I'm not lonely, because you have people that care about you. So you're never really alone, and Spirit's always with you. So release the negative thinking. Because something sacred is about to be born. All right, you have control over your thoughts. So when they surface, appreciate the thoughts, acknowledge the thoughts, but refocus on positive thoughts. So find something positive to focus on. And it's nothingness. Like, we come from nothingness and we go back to nothingness. You know, we go back to the universe. So there's nothing to fear. Appreciate the in-between, because we are born from darkness, and when we die, we just go back into whatever it was. So understand that there's nothing to fear. Just be present and be here and focus on the positive, because if you focus on the negative, you're going to get more negative. And God knows nobody wants any more fucking negative. Like, I'm tired of the negative. So if you've, like I said, there's a lot of transition, and I feel like there's just a few different messages within them. Take them how they resonate for you and what applies to your life. If it doesn't apply to your life, then please just leave it and don't force it. But there may be some type of deception happening in your life right now. So watch out for your money, because someone might be trying to take money from you or use you for your money. So be careful if you have these type of characters in your life. And also, it could be professional, personal, or self-deception. And when I say these things, I want you to understand that personal deception is either, you could be in a relationship where there is some type of deception, or family is deceiving you. And if it's work-wise, then people could be talking behind your back, or people could be doing things behind your back that you're not aware of. So please be careful for these things. And if you are deceiving yourself about what you're capable of doing, or what you have to offer, or any combination, understand that that is not true. Okay, it's not true. And the burdens of your life, if it feels like it's been a struggle, like from the time you was born all the way up until now, it probably has been difficult, but you have the power to conquer your mountains. You have to conquer your own dreams and fulfill yourself, but you won't be able to fulfill. Good morning, Jennifer. So understand that there's always going to be people around you that are going to say, oh, you need to do better, or you need to work harder, or you need to do this to achieve this goal, or do this to achieve whatever it is you're working on. But you're never going to have the energy to pursue what you want to do for you until you release yourself from the expectation of others. So as long as you're listening to all these people like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, and you have to work harder, and you have to... No. Okay, you're not here to climb other people's mountains. You're not here to live other people's dreams. You're here to live your life path. Do what you're supposed to do, and do it how it works best for you, not how it works best for everyone else, because what works for everyone else doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. So allow it to be, okay? So this is a matter of being and not becoming. So the more you work on, like, if you feel like, if you're more ambitious and you're like, oh, I'm really competitive and I'm working towards this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, you're not being here. You're not being present, because you're striving towards the future. You're looking into the future and you're not present in this moment, and you need to be present now. Okay? And understand that, how can I word this? All right. I'm sorry, I'm trying hard to figure out how to word this, because I'm just going to say it and then maybe I'll figure it out after. But there is, like, your personality, the truth about your personality and who you are. Your personality is a lie, okay? So, and I say that because it's like, the lie can't become the truth, and the personality can't become your soul. So your personality is your personality, but it's not who you are to the core of you. It's not your soul. And if lies are lies. No matter how much you lie about it or how much you want to believe it's the truth, it's not the truth. Okay, so understand that either or. So you are the lie. You manipulated and cultivated by others. So when you have other people kind of trying to force their will on you, or force you to do other things, or manipulate you into doing other things. Those are all lies, okay? So you have to look deep into the lie of your own personality, okay? Look into what you've created for yourself. Look into who you've created yourself to be, or what you portray yourself to be to others. And once you see it, the lie will cease to exist. But if you keep living in this facade of this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am, and it's not true to your soul, you're just lying to everyone, including yourself. So once you acknowledge that lie, then it's no longer valid. It's no longer there. So you have to be able to identify your own bullshit, basically, and allow it to be done with, and understand that as long as you're chasing other people's dreams and you're striving for all this other shit, you're not going to do what truly matters or what's important, and you're not going to have the energy to do what you need to do for you. So if you're let's say you work 40 hours a week, you're putting in 40 hours a week for somebody else, their work, their job, whatever the fuck it is that they have going on. You're helping them create their dreams. So now you're exhausted. You don't have the time. You don't have the energy to put into your own dreams, into what you're trying to create. So this is why you have to choose carefully as to what you're chasing and what you're going after, because it's not always beneficial in the long term. Yeah, we all got bills. Yeah, we got shit. We all got it. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Work the rest of your fucking life and have nothing to show? Have accomplished nothing? Don't do that. You know, you have a sole purpose. Work on your purpose. Work towards that. So, all right. Like I said, your life is opening up. New opportunities are about to appear, and you have to see it through. So whatever is being presented to you, you have to continue to work through it. So you have to stop letting these people distract you from what you're trying to do, because that's all they are. They're a distraction. They're not going to help you to get to where you're going. And so you want people that are going to be supportive of you and that are going to be there for you and help you through what you have going on. If those people can't do that for you and they're focused on their own gains, you need to remove yourself from that situation. So, and without you, understand that existence would be not what it is. Someone would miss you. Some part of the world would miss you. Your existence has a place. You can't be replaced. You know, if somebody plucked you out the world right now, the impact you have had on everyone's life from the moment you were born up until you were gone would be erased, you know, and everything would change. So regardless of how big or how small the interactions are or the impacts that you have on people's lives, understand that you have a purpose. You serve a purpose. So don't ever feel like you're worthless and you have no reason to be here. You have a reason to be here and be. Okay? Because, like I said, it doesn't matter. You don't know how many lives you saved. You don't know how many people you helped just by being who you are, or by being there, or doing something kind for someone. The smallest gestures leave the biggest impacts on people's lives sometimes. So don't feel like you don't serve a purpose. You do. We all do. And there's a romantic partnership that is about to enter, or is currently happening, or they're about to, you know, however this plays out for you, because, you know, it's all fucking energy. So you're about to get more committed. If you already are in a relationship, then it's going to go to a new level. You know, you guys are going to get more committed to each other. So focus on what you have to offer and not the lack of. Like I was saying earlier, is when we're presented with relationships or situations that we feel we're not ready for, we're like, oh no, but I'm not good enough, or I'm not ready for this, or I'm not ready for that. And you're ready. If it's being presented to you, you're ready. Okay, so it's no longer of yes or no. And stop worrying about what you don't have to offer. Focus on what you do have to offer. So I say that in the sense of, because there's a lot of people I know, and more from a man's standpoint, they feel like they need to be financially stable in order to allow a relationship to occur. And that's all great, but how many years is that going to take? How much time is that going to take? And that doesn't mean that the person that spirit's presenting to you is going to wait. That person might not be there by the time you get your shit together and you figure it's the way you want it to be, because it's not your timing, it's divine timing, it's spirit timing. So when spirit says, hey, here's this person, it's not, oh, well, I don't have a job, or I don't make enough money, or I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. It's let it happen, because spirit knows how everything's going to play out. Spirit knows how things are going to be built and created between the two of you. So don't sit there and put so much on yourself that you feel like you're lacking, like you can't do, or you're not enough for somebody. You are enough. If they're being presented to you, obviously you're enough. The situation is enough. Whatever you have is enough, because it's being presented. And if you're lacking, the other person might not be lacking. So that's where the balance comes in. Everything is always a balance. So what you lack, the other person has, and what they lack, you have. So together, you guys are able to make things happen. You're able to create things together. But if you're in the I'm not ready, or I can't do this, or I can't provide that, then you're going to fuck up your own blessings and your own opportunities, because you're pushing away something that's meant to help you to get to where you need to be in your life. So just don't focus on the lack, okay? You must be open to love in order for it to come through, okay? So embrace the imperfections. Everyone is not perfect, and when you embrace it, it's a beautiful thing. And stop waiting for perfect moments, because there's no such thing as a perfect moment. You take it as it comes. Okay, life happens all the fucking time. Allow it to happen. Be present. Be in the moment. So when you get the people, love the people, be with them, enjoy them, whatever the fuck it is you can do it. But don't close yourself off because you feel you're not ready, or you feel like you don't have enough, or that you don't have enough to offer. If somebody's offering you their love, that means they love you. Especially if you don't have shit to offer, then they really just want you for you and not anything fucking else. So what more do you want? Like, for real. You don't want somebody that wants you because you have something. You don't want somebody to be with you because you have money or because of what you can offer them. You want someone to be with you because they genuinely love you. They genuinely want you. So really, if this is the type of thing you be doing, go back and reassess your thought process, because even if I could be in the most fucked up situation, and if someone is presented to me that's willing to be there and love me for me, even though I have nothing to offer them in return besides my love, then yes, I'm gonna take the opportunity, because clearly they see something, or spirit knows what the fuck's about to go down. So trust it and go with it, okay? And it's one thing to meet someone halfway, because compromises are necessary in all things, relationships, work, whatever the fuck. There's always a need for compromise, because no one has the same vision. No one has the same perspective. Everyone is not the same. So because we're all different, compromise is necessary. So understanding other people's point of views and understanding how to work towards harmony together when you're both from two different standpoints is an important thing, okay? But it's also a completely different thing to cave in and betray yourself. So you have to own your truth and never repress anything. And I say, I'm sure many of us have had relationships and we compromise in our relationships. You know, we're like, oh, okay, well, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. And that's fine, as long as it's nothing that's, that doesn't interfere with your integrity of who you truly are. It's okay to compromise. But when it does interfere and you just cave in and betray who you are because you're just tired, or you don't want to keep fighting, or you don't want any of that to happen, you have to understand that that's not going to be beneficial to you, because you're lying to you. You're now shutting yourself down. You're shutting your soul down from being what it needs to be. So be clear about your situation. If you're dealing with people, this relationship that's here, be honest. Don't lie. Don't hide things. Just be, hey, this is my situation. This is what it is. How can we work towards this? How can we move through this together? Let's compromise, because let's say one's ready for commitment, the other one's not ready for commitment, but the love is there. then compromise, because it's not really all about commitment. It's more about building the friendship, building that foundation, and learning each other so that you guys can help and build and support each other. It's not really about we need to be together, we need to be committed, no, it's let's be friends. Let's see if I like you long enough to be your fucking friend before I decide I want to be with you committedly. You understand? So compromise is always necessary, but you have to be open to it. But don't compromise yourself. Okay, that's the biggest. Don't compromise yourself. Be okay with what the fuck is happening in your life, and know the difference between compromising and setting yourself up for fucking failure, basically. Okay, so don't do that. Now, the scarcity that you feel in your life, whether it is emotional or actual fucking finances or whatever it is you feel you're lacking, the universe wants you to be open to the abundance, okay? So that you can remove any blocks and you can succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And it's just, I just laugh because it's like the more I read them, the more everything ties in together and it makes sense. So right now you're facing a time where the ordinary approach will bring better results. So don't feel like you have to go above and beyond or you have to do extra shit. Really basic shit is fine. Like really just not bare minimum, but just do regular stuff. So it's regular, hey, let's talk on the phone, let's court, or if you're working on a project, you don't need to be so elaborate or add so many things that make it irrecognizable. You know, that kind of takes away from who you are, because it's like the core of it will be you, what you put into it. But if you keep adding and adding and adding, then it's a distraction and it takes away from you and what your work is. If that makes any sense. That's how it's coming in. So I don't know. I don't know how else to say it, but that's how it's coming in. So hopefully it makes sense to you. So the special gifts you have to offer is presented best by taking one step at a time. So you don't have to rush to do this. Just really just take it slow and steady, you know, take it step by step and don't force it. Don't rush things. And like I said, if it is the relationship that is like this, if you have a scarcity in love or you're fearful of being in love or having those emotions, take it one step at a time. You know, you don't have to jump fucking fully in. You just be like, listen, I'm afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of being in love. I'm afraid of whatever you're fucking afraid of. But if you're able to communicate it to the person you're with, or even if it's at work and you're just like, listen, I'm insecure about these things, or I'm not certain about these things, you'll find the people that you need to help you work through these things. And like I said, compromise. So I feel like this is more towards the relationship aspect of it, but be okay with it, okay? Be open to everything and take it one step at a time. Don't be so afraid that you just instantly shut yourself off and close yourself off from everything that's happening. Tell them you need to move slow. Tell them I'm interested in this, but I need to take it at my pace, not at your pace, because the other person might be more ready to be committed and be fully in, and you might not be. So however this resonates for you, please be understanding of the other person that isn't so ready to jump head in, you know, just be like, hey, here we go, let's get it. No, be okay with taking your time. Be okay with building the trust and building the love and the understanding, because that's what builds the strong foundation. You can't always rush things, because that's when things fall apart. So if this is a person you're dealing with, try to be compassionate with them and compromise, but not compromise yourself. So that means if they're doing shit that you're not okay with, maintain your boundaries and maintain your standards. Don't change, and just try to be understanding of them, and also express yourself and your needs and be like, I understand you feel like this, or whatever the hell. Be like, but this is how I feel and this is what I need, and I am willing to work with you. I'm willing to compromise with you. So how can we meet halfway to make this work? Okay, it takes both people to be willing to do this. So God, I'm sorry, it's so much. I'm like, I feel drained right now. So whoever is overworking, I need you to take a step back and just relax a little bit, because I'm feeling like so much pressure right now. Right now, this isn't going to be for everybody. It's going to be for some people because it's in regards to spirituality. So again, I don't know how spiritual some of you are. Some of you are just starting, some of you are not spiritual at all, and some of you are well on your path. So your powers are going to be increasing in the spiritual arts and deepening connections with the spiritual world. So if this is you and you have been developing connections with spirit, you're going to be more intuitive, you're going to be more aware of spirit's presence and more powerful in your healing practices. So if you are a Reiki practitioner or use your hands or any other tool, to heal, you're going to become more powerful during this time. So don't be afraid of it and be open to it, okay? Because Spirit's presenting you with these gifts. So use them and don't be afraid. Right now it says, they're saying you're ready to share your gifts. So if you're somebody like me that learns and learns and learns and learns and learns and doesn't really apply it, because for me, I learn a lot of things just because I like learning. But also it's because there's a certain way I want to do things. So again, I have to get out of my stubbornness and wanting to do things. But the way I look at it is, if I learn this and I learn this and I learn this and I learn that, then I can incorporate it together, because in my mind, the way I want to help people heal and the way I want to do what I want to do, it's a full body thing. So for me, I want to be knowledgeable in all of it to be able to do it. And it's not that way. I can't do that because Spirit's saying now that you're ready to share your gifts. So when they say you're ready, whether you think you're ready, it doesn't matter. Spirit's saying you're ready. So start, because you have to start somewhere. And I was scared. I was scared when I started doing my readings. I was scared to share my life. I was scared to do all of these things. But Spirit told me I needed to do it, so I did it. Now I'm here and I do it, and it's okay. Now I'm more comfortable because I'm like, yeah, fuck it. But understand that until you actually do it, you're always going to feel like you're not ready. So it's the same with having kids. You're like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. You're never ready for fucking kids. It doesn't matter how fucking prepared you think you are. You are never ready for the shit your kids are going to do to you. You're not ready. You don't know what... You're not ready. So Spirit's saying you're ready to share your gifts. So just relax and be willing. Be willing to share your gifts. So if someone says, hey, can you do a reading? Do a reading. If someone says, hey, can you do Reiki on me? And you're not really comfortable, you say, sure, I'll practice on you. You don't have to charge people to do the work. But do it. You just do it. Because I offer free readings. I do my readings and they're free. I don't charge people for them because I don't want to. I like helping people and trying to guide you. So if that's what you want to do, then do that, okay? Just find a way to share your gifts because Spirit is urging you to right now. So gather the courage and go within and find whatever strength it is you need and overcome the fears that you're not good enough. And don't compare yourself to other readers or other healers or anyone that's been doing it for however long, because everyone has their own way of doing things. I don't read like everyone else. I do it differently because for me, the messages in the cards, it's yes, partly my message, what I see and what I feel from it, but also I like to incorporate what the author and the artist depicted in their drawings and their cards. So I like to see the books. I like to know when I get my decks, I read through the books. I like to incorporate what they say and what I say together. So don't be afraid. Everyone's different. Everyone does it differently. So do it how you do it and just get the messages out, get the healing out, help the people you need to help, okay? Yeah, like I said, no such thing as the wrong time. Time is just a constraint that we created. So right now is the right time. Right now. It's always now. Now is always the right fucking time. So if you need to make a decision, make the fucking decision. Don't sit there and be stuck. Don't be afraid, okay? Because when being afraid, you're making a decision. You're making the decision to stay afraid and be in a fucking place you don't belong in. Now, shit. Now we're moving into some hostilities towards you. Now, if this has already occurred, because like I said, some of this stuff that's happening, the tower moments, if it's already happened or it is happening, understand that this is already occurring. So don't try to avoid it. There ain't shit you can do about it. You know, and it's more than likely someone you have been living with. They've been aggressive to you verbally or emotionally, or they're backstabbing or slandering you at work. However this is playing out for you, because it could be a home situation, it could be a work situation. But understand that whatever type of hostile energy that they're putting out, you have to regain control of this situation. No one can force you to be in something you don't want to be in. No one can force you to entertain the arguments, entertain the emotional abuse, the psychological, the physical. No one can force you to sit there and keep taking all of these things. It is your choice. You have the choice to break free from all of this. You do. So don't let anyone convince you of fucking otherwise, okay? You have to stand up for yourself. Now and always, you have to show up for you, because if you don't show up for you, who the fuck's gonna do it? The person that's abusing you? No. They're gonna do what they want to do because you're allowing them to do what they want to do to you with your body. Stop allowing people to do what the fuck they want with you, okay? It is your body. You can say no. You don't have to say okay and accept the abuse in any shape, way, or form. You don't have to. So it's important that you do this, because if not, the universe is going to keep sending situations and people and things that are going to be in a form of dishonoring treatment. You know, they're going to keep treating you badly. They're going to keep treating you poorly, because that's how you're showing the universe and everyone how you feel about you, and that it's okay to treat you poorly, and it's okay to treat you this way, and it's okay to treat you that way. And it's not. Stand up for you. Say, no, you're not going to treat me like this. If you want to talk to me, then you need to consistently talk to me, or don't talk to me at all. If you want to be in my life, then you're going to be respectful of me the same way I'm respectful of you. So understand, you choose how this is going to play out, but you have to regain control of this situation, because this shit's it's crazy. It's out of pocket right now. You guys got to get it together. All right. So now we have the Fool, which is interesting, because it's trusting the feeling of rightness. So when something's occurring and you're just like, even if you know let's say the circumstances are fucked up, and it's probably not the best way to start things or to do anything, but there's something that feels so right about it, continue with it. Follow it through, because it feels right. Your soul knows what's right for you. So don't be afraid of it, regardless of what your situation is, even if it's not the best situation. Just go with it. If you feel it as right, it's not going to be wrong. You can't go wrong when you're following what you feel, okay? Your actions may appear foolish to others. Sorry, I'm starting to twitch. So your actions you might look stupid as fuck to other people. Point blank simple. You might look stupid because it's like, oh, well, she's allowing this person to use her, or she's allowing this person to keep doing these things. And ultimately, they look foolish because you're analyzing them with rational thought. Now, if you don't rationalize them with thought, and you allow whatever experience it is to come to you and allow it to happen, then it's going to give you a different perspective. Now, it's something that's going to be hard in the beginning, because none of us like to be made a fucking fool of. None of us like to be taken advantage of. None of us like to be used. None of us like any of these fucking things. So for me to stay here and be like, yes, allow it to happen and accept it is okay. No, I understand, because I'd be like, get the fuck out my face with that shit right now. But I'm going to clear it up. So the world's going to take advantage of you. Spirit's saying, let them. No one can take what is truly yours. And in reality, nothing is ours. Nothing belongs to us. And the ego is what makes us feel like we're lacking, or we're missing something, or something else needs to happen or occur. And that's not, it's just, it's interesting because it's the ego. So it's not really, it's not your spirit. So let's say you're a person that is a very kind-hearted person and you end up, could be a narcissist more than likely if you're a fucking empath. But let's say this person comes to you and it's a person that's either, let's say they constantly use you. They only come when they need something from you, or they take money from you, or whatever it is, and you do it. Excuse me. So the first time you give them the money and then they vanish. And then they come back again. Then the second time you give them money and then they vanish. And then the next time they come back again and you do it again. And you keep doing this. Now, for a lot of people, that's something that looks foolish because they're like, oh no, you're letting them play you and you're letting them use you and you're letting them do this. Which, yes, in essence, it's true. But at the same time, you're doing what feels true to your spirit. You're doing what feels best for you because you're not doing anything deceitful. You're not doing anything wrong or malicious. You're simply helping. Whether they're manipulating or they're lying or whatever they're doing to get this from you, that is on them. That is their karma. That is for them to deal with. You do what feels right to you. So if you do feel like, okay, you are using me and I'm fully aware that you're using me, that's fine. You continue to do that because there's a lesson that they need to learn. And you clearly know what's happening and it's occurring, but you do it because you're a kind-hearted person. You're allowing it to occur because they're experiences, they're lessons. You have to accept life as it is and accept what comes to you. So the more you accept it and allow it to happen, the less resistance you're going to have, the less hostility, the less animosity, the less everything you're going to have because you just accept life at face value. You don't expect anything more, you don't expect anything less. So understand that what's truly ours is our peace. What we cultivate within, that is what's ours. Because we can't take anything with us. Everything else does not belong to us. So yes, we have money. Not really our money because we're sending this shit, paying bills, we're spending it on stupid shit. We're doing all these things. So please, don't worry about if people look at you as being foolish. Good morning, Danny. So if people look at you foolish, that's allow them to look at you as being foolish. You know what you're doing. You know what's happening. And that's fine. Okay. So don't be so swayed by other people. Fuck everybody else's opinion. So let me see. All right. So on to healing. Like I said, for those of you that are on a spiritual path, you have to focus on your healing abilities and being of service to others. I know I had signed up to volunteer to do Reiki on cancer patients a while back. I have to touch base with them again. But again, if you're starting and you're not sure and you need to practice, then go volunteer. Share your gifts. Help other people. Do readings. If you do readings, if you're a healer, then go volunteer somewhere and offer healings to people at no cost. Work on developing your gifts so that you can help others. So expand your knowledge of the healing arts. If there's anything else that you need to learn or you're looking to learn, go and study and learn it and do it and apply it and use it. Okay, don't be like me and just hoard a shitload of information until I feel like I'm ready to use it, because they're like, no bitch, use it now. So yeah, so don't be afraid of it. Just do it. And understand that your aura, thank you, you too, Danny. Your aura absorbs and stores energy from everything. So if it's your cell phone, it's your fucking TV, it's people that have toxic illnesses, people with toxic energy, like whatever it is that you come across in your day-to-day, your aura is absorbing these things, this energy from other people, this energy from other things. And you have to make sure that you are regularly clearing it and cleansing your aura from this, because if you don't do that, that's when disease forms. That's when these illnesses come and take over, and you're just like, where the fuck did this come from? How the fuck did this happen? And it's because it's stuck to your aura. So make sure that you're cleansing, okay? Sound baths, saging, showers, cutting energetic cord. Like, there's a shitload of things you can do. I'm not going to go down the whole list, but that was some. So understand, you are ready. You're ready. Your readiness to enter the quality of friendliness. Now, that is unconditional love without expectation and without demand. So Spirit is saying you are now ready to step into this, okay? So the path is separate, so say goodbye with gratitude. When you separate with people, we get really sad. You know, when a relationship ends or we have loved ones that cross over, you know, we're really sad instead of embracing the journey. You be happy you had that time. Be happy you had those experiences with that person. Appreciate them and understand that all of our paths are not meant to last together forever. Sometimes we have to part ways to continue on our separate journeys to help other people along their paths, or for other people to come into our path and help us get to where we are. If we stay stuck in these relationships that are not meant for longevity, then we're hindering ourselves and we're stopping ourselves from making the necessary progress, and we're blocking ourselves off from the people that Spirit is sending and the opportunities that Spirit is sending. But Spirit's saying right now that you're prepared to be in this place where you can offer unconditional love without expectation and without demand. So that is a great place to be. So that is awesome when you're able to take healing to that level. If you are in a place where you are healing and you've been working on healing, then you're there. You've done a lot of work and you made the progress and you're doing what you need to do. Now, divine timing is what's at hand right now. So like I said, it's different from your ego's timing, because ego's like now, it needs to happen when I want it to happen. And divine timing is like, no, I have all the time in the fucking world. So whenever everything falls into synchronicity, then it'll happen. So don't feel pressed. Be okay with it and be patient and trust the flow, because it flows. So there's no point in fighting against the challenges of your life or trying to avoid or deny them. Step into it, embrace the challenges, because that's where you grow. That's where you thrive. That's where you're going to flourish. Is okay, this is a challenge. Find the courage to step into that. Okay, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid and don't shy away from it. Okay, we have to go through these things because that's what strengthens us. That's what gives us the will and the knowledge and the wisdom to move forward. So don't be afraid of the challenges that you're being presented with right now, because you're going to overcome them. Okay, and it's going to be for the best. Now, back again. I'm gonna have to go through and collect a few cards. But new love, like I said, I think I've already said this 2 or 3 times, that is coming towards you. So, or a deeper, more committed relationship with someone already in your life. Now, this is a completion. So whatever has been absorbing your time and energy is coming to an end and clearing space for something new to begin. So this is a matter of completion. Like I said, this situation here with the person that was being very toxic to you is now completed. So while that's completed, now you have the beginning of the person and the new love that's coming in. So like I said, it has to close and open. One door closes, the next one open, and it's the one for love. So be open to the relationship, because you have done the work to get to this relationship, and understand that as you expand your vision and contemplate, you're able to contemplate on much broader visions. Okay, so don't feel so confined to just the basic black and white or your basic relationship. Allow things to be. Open your mind, expand your mind. Okay, creating or expanding to a more global network. If you've been if you've been working on a business, or if you are an entrepreneur, or whatever it is, it's time to take it globally. It's time to go, if you on the internet, like start, create a website, do whatever it is that you need to do to expand, because you have unlimited resources available to you right now, whether it be people or other places that offer opportunities. Whatever it is, it's open to you. But right now you need to go on to create a website, do something that's going to allow that to happen, because it's going going to be a solid base for your success and good fortune, okay? So they're coming to you. So don't worry about that. And all of your experiences have brought you to this very moment. So when you're in this moment, be okay with it and understand that you're here because you need to grow. You need to allow this to happen. And the only way to happen is by allowing the world to see, because everything's on the internet. So the more people you have, the more people are going to see it. And we're back again with this need for financial discipline. Like I said, the strong foundation. So in building the strong foundation, you have to find financial discipline. And you're being presented with other opportunities, but you have to be okay with, following through with action to see the results. So whatever opportunities are being presented to you, take the opportunities, but also follow through on the opportunities. Don't just say, oh yeah, I'm interested, I want to do it, and then never show up for it, or never go and do whatever it was you said you were going to do, okay? Because you're trying to build a stable foundation right now, and with the financial discipline, you will be able to create that stability. But you have to be even if it's just putting a little bit of money away every week, it'll shift the vibration, because that'll show that you're putting the energy towards what you're trying to create. So even a few dollars a week, just put it away where you're not going to touch it, and say, okay, this is what I need. And you have to develop a healthy relationship with money. So if you're a person that's like always, kind of stingy and afraid to spend money, stop doing that. Understand that it is energy. So as you put out, it comes back. So it's always coming. So don't block yourself off by being stingy. Be generous, spend the money, whatever. Now don't go fucking on a spending spree and be broke. Don't do that. Be smart about your spending, but don't be afraid to spend the money. Okay? So right now is a moment of huge transition. A lot of changes are happening, and you have to accept it and be open to it, open to the new, embrace the new, embrace what's coming, because you went through a lot of fucking hell. So I'm glad you're out of that, but now you're going into something new. So be open to the journey, because that's what life is. Life is the journey. You have to enjoy the journey. Okay, it's not the destination. It's about the now. It's where you're going. So enjoy that. And allow the new experiences and the new friends to come in, because that's what's going to help you get to everywhere you're trying to go. Now, hang on, I wanted to count something. Let me see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I have 9 cards. We have 9 major Arnica cards on here. Major Arcana cards. So the major Arcanas are huge transition, major shifts, major changes in your life, and that's what's coming or has happened or is occurring currently. So don't be afraid of the major changes that are happening, and be open to everything that is happening. Again, if you're being negative, stop being negative, and stop thinking that the person you're with or trying to be with is deceiving you in some shape, way, or form, because all you're going to do is put that energy into the relationship. So if they're not being deceitful, or if you think they are being deceitful, at the end of the day, there ain't shit you could do about it. So let it rock, and you'll find out when you find out. So don't stress yourself out about it, because you're going to go fucking crazy. And stop letting people treat you however they want to treat you. Okay, stand up for yourself and understand that you are the only person that can save you. Okay, we all love to be saved by somebody else, but truthfully, you have to save you. So be okay with that. Okay, hang on a second. So this relationship, where are the rest of these cards? That's not it. This one, that one, this one. Like I said, you create your life. You create what it is that you want. but you have to, where is this shit? You're closing yourself off, so you have to open all this stuff up so that you can allow this. Like I said, the gate is here. So these gates, they're only there because you're choosing to stand behind them. You have to choose to get out of it because you have love that's coming, apparently guided by spirit. So be okay with all of those things because your love partnership is going to be awesome, but you have to be willing to compromise. I'm sorry, my phone is not staying still. You have to be willing to compromise, okay? Because you have the partnership that's coming in, but if you don't... Sorry, I'm having technical fucking difficulties right now. So please compromise. Don't compromise who you are, but compromise to make the relationship work, to make these partnerships work, to make whatever it is happen work for you, okay? And don't give up on your dreams. Just focus the energy appropriately and don't focus on the bad. So I hope these messages resonate with you and they help you in some shape, way, or form. I love you guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later.